everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Vanessa if you are new here. Now, if you clicked on this video, you're probably wondering, how can we bring young people into the church or back into the church? Now, this is a question that's been asked about for years. How can we bring young people into the church? How can we get them engaged? Like, should we do this? Should we paint it this color? Should we play this type of music? Like, how are we going to get the young people to want to come to church? Because the church continues growing throughout the years. The church will continue to move on despite some of its members passing away. So what can we do to increase the engagement in the church of the young folk? Now, like I mentioned, a lot of people have tried to light the fire in the hearts of the young people in the church by making it more engaging, including games, putting rock music, doing this, doing that. But a lot of times people think that a way to increase engagement in the church is to bend the rules, make it more attractive to society. Going like, well, maybe the church doesn't actually teach this. Maybe the church didn't actually teach that. So we're going to mend the rules. And this happens quite often. And this actually happens in a lot of Protestant churches, and that is why we have so many Protestant churches, because the church their churches tried to bend with the times. But is this what the church should be doing? Should the church be changing its teaching to seem more appealing to society, more appealing to the young? Or should the church stand firm in its teaching and uphold the teachings that it has always taught? Now, altering the rules, making it more attractive, may seem like a good idea, but it has shown that it doesn't actually bring forth the fruits that it wanted to create. So my suggestion of the first thing that we should do to bring young people to the church is to not bend to society, to not change our rules to look more attractive, but stand firm in the tradition that we've been given and uphold the authority of the church. We need to stop altering the rules to fit with the world, because this church is not of the world. Now, you may think that this is not the right approach. Vanessa, you're telling me that the way that we're going to get young people in the church is to make it stricter, to uphold the truth, uphold to the rules. That doesn't seem like a good way to bring young people in the church. Well, frankly, this whole bending of the rules and making it more attractive has not really succeeded in bringing young people into the church either. Now, they may be coming through the doors, but they don't have the fullness of the religion, the fullness of truth that Christ wanted for his church. Although it may not seem like it many times, our youth are looking for authority. They're looking for structure. Now, they may seem like, I don't want to hear the rules, I'm going to go against the rules. But in all honesty, they're looking for someone to guide them, and they're looking for representation, and they're looking for someone that's going to tell them what to do. They may go, I don't want to follow the rules, but there's a longing in their heart for the truth, as there's a longing in our heart right now of any age you're at for the truth. So we shouldn't dismiss them and go like, oh, they're just young, that we need to bend the rules so it makes it more attractive. Let's not treat them like they're dumb. Let's not treat them like, oh, we have to water this down for you because you guys can't handle it. Because that's insulting to our young. To go like, oh, we have to bend the rules, we have to do this for you because you can't handle it. It's like, no, they can handle this authority. They can handle the truth. They can handle the structure that Christ established in his church. It's an entire lie that our kids need to be watered down, that we need to alter it to make them feel good. That is a lie that society has told them. They want the structure. They want the leadership. They want the authority. And what are we communicating to them, that when times get hard, we're just going to make it easier on them? We understand that as Christians, it's hard. We're going to face times of persecution. We're going to face times of temptation. And we don't just give in to temptation. We don't just give in to society, because that is not what God called us to do. That's not what Christ called his church to do. And so we're insulting our young by treating them like they can't handle it. No, we need to let them know that we understand that they can handle it, that they can go through the hard times, that they can follow the rules, that they can understand the rules, and that they could choose God for themselves every single day. That we don't have to make it attractive. We don't have to make it appealing, because they have a longing for the truth that Christians throughout these 2,000 years have also had. Now, we teach our young so often to stand up for what they believe. We teach our young to stand up against hate, stand up against bullies. For instance, if a child is being bullied at school, are you going to tell them to cave to that bully? No, you're going to tell them to stand strong. Maybe get a parent to help, get a teacher to help, but we don't tell them to falter. We don't tell them to be dismissive and agree to what the bully's telling them. No, we tell them to be strong and we combat that evil that's coming from the bully. We don't tell them to bend to the bully as their master. And so why are we doing that to society? Why are we telling our youth to do that to society? Or why are we allowing them to, or allowing ourselves to alter our form of worship to make it more appealing to society, more appealing to the world? We don't do that in any other instance. When wars are going on, we don't bend to the person that's in the wrong. We join forces, we get stronger every single day, and we stand firm in our beliefs. We don't do that. We don't bend to anything in any other circumstances. So why are we as a church thinking that we should bend our teachings to make ourselves more appealing? Now, when we bend our rules and we make things more appealing, we end up just making a version of Christianity that is watered down. And frankly, watered down anything is not that good, except maybe if it's really strong lemonade or something. But truly, things in their true form are what we go for. Think about it, like coffee. Would you want watered down coffee? Probably not. My doctor told me I can only have 1 cup of coffee a day. Or regular caffeine coffee. I have the decaf. But she said I can only have 1 cup of coffee a day. So I thought, all right, perfect. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make 1 cup of coffee and I'm going to water it down so that I can have it all throughout the day. I ended up just having a really light color of coffee. A dark version of water, I guess you could say. And it had none of the benefits of coffee, had none of the taste of coffee. I just had dirty water, or I had really, really watered down coffee. So let's not do that with our Christianity. Let's not water it down to make it last throughout the day. Let's have a strong cup of coffee. Now, I don't even know if that even made sense, if that metaphor worked here, but it worked in my mind. And right there, I have a thing of coffee over there, so that's why I'm thinking about it, that I can't drink. I'll drink you tomorrow, though. Don't worry about it. But let's not make a watered version of Christianity, watered down version of Christianity, because that's what actually happened in the 1500s. And we have hundreds of Protestant denominations now that are a watered down version of Christianity. And some of them are so far from the true church that Christ established that I'm just how did that happen? But it's truly because someone bended the rules, mended the rules, changed the rules, and then they want to change those rules and want to change those rules, and you're too strict and there's too many rules here and you're making me read my Bible too much, or you're hurting my feelings, so I'm going to change it. And now we have people who identify as Christians who don't even uphold basic truths of their right to life. It's crazy, but that's how it is now. So let us not water down our Christianity, because that's exactly what the devil wants us to do. He wants us to give into the temptations, to cave, to change our form of worship to make it more appealing to the world. No one wants that. Our young don't want that. They may seem like they do, but in all honesty, they want the truth. They do. And there's actually been studies that show that millennials and Gen Z people, Gen Zers, I don't know if that's the right term, are actually wanting more traditional values. And I think the pendulum has swung back. I think it's come from a time of things just being mended and altered, and if you hurt my feelings, you're in the wrong now. There's no truth. I think that the pendulum has swung where now people have a longing more for traditional values. And I think that we as Catholics in the church need to uphold the traditional values, stand firm in the teachings that Christ has given us, and not bend to the world, because that's not attractive. At least not to me. It's not attractive. So let's not discredit our youth and act like they can't handle it. They can. And that is the way we're going to bring the youth back into the church, by standing firm to the teachings of Christ and not bending to the world. So guys, if you like this video, please give it a like. If you like me, you want to see more of me, please hit the subscribe button and also turn on that bell notification so you're notified when I post. And I look forward to seeing you guys all in my next video. Bye-bye. Bye.